Michael, good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, simple question, how far will the Lakers go this year?
They're going to get bumped out of the first round of the playoffs.
But they are in the playoffs.
I believe the Lakers will make it to the playoffs. I believe that LeBron will empty the tank. I think the young players, the Kuzma and those guys will step up to the plate. It won't be easy, and it'll be almost at playoff run intensity if LeBron is on the floor. We don't know about his groin. But if he's on the floor, I believe the Lakers will make it to the playoffs. And if they're in the 7th seed or the 8th seed, which I think they'll be in the 8th seed, they're getting bumped out of the first round. This season is a wash. And I feel like LeBron James is preparing for this. He's been preparing for it since he made the statement, which you guys talked about, but I feel like it should have gotten more attention when he said, I don't need to chase anything else on the basketball court. And in my opinion, it's time to start thinking about retirement. Okay, because you want to go out on top. The injuries are going to continue to come, and I don't wish that on any player. I want to be clear on that. I don't wish that on any athlete. Okay. The injuries are going to continue to come because, as we all know, Father Time is undefeated. But this didn't go the way he planned on doing it. I don't think Anthony Davis is coming to the Lakers this offseason. I don't think any of these big-name guys are coming to the Lakers because, as the great Kevin Durant said, it's toxic being around LeBron. Yep. The environment, it's chaotic.
It is.
This season was chaotic. And he's been able to push talent and quote-unquote, goad himself into championships, into winning championships. That's over. That's over. He like Father Time can only deal with so much. And I feel like at this point, my prediction, he's not going to make it to the 4th year of his contract with the Lakers.
Okay.
He's going to either retire or his body's going to break down. And I want to be clear, I don't wish that on any athlete.
Okay,
but
so
that's
you're
what's going to
happen.
happen.
Say LeBron James is retiring at 37?
LeBron James is going to retire in 2 years.
Ooh, that'd be 36.
Yeah.
Right?
2 more seasons. I think he's going to have to because he's not going to want to. He's not going to want to not be. It's like Michael Jordan. We need him to be that. And also, listen, he's making TV shows, he's making movies, and now he's Quincy Jones. Right. He's producing a record. And he's doing this during the regular season.
They just announced Space Jam 2 is going to shoot in the this summer.
It's weird that he's going to star in Space Jam 2 because when Michael Jordan did it, he was at the peak, and LeBron James is at the fall of his career.
Ooh. Well, LeBron will have plenty of time to shoot that because he won't make the playoffs.
They can start shooting early.
They can start shooting early. And Michael, I hear you, and you're like most people. You expect LeBron James to turn on some magic switch. And because of the history of him always making the playoffs and the finals out of the East, yes, I understand why you think that he's still going to make it. Everybody wants to write the script that the Kings, who have played well all year, are going to fold up at the end.
They're not.
And people are saying, well, the Clippers are trying to hold on to their pick, so they're going to lose games on purpose at the end because they want. But they went to Boston, came back from a 28. This is a team that supposedly is tanking. And they won a game. They were down 28 on the road to Boston. So maybe the organization would like them to tank, but I'm not so sure that the players are going to buy into that and that. Here's the other part. 25 games to go. Everybody expects the Lakers to be something they haven't been all year, which is 15 games, as you mentioned, Jenny, against teams over 500. Yep. They're 12-19 against teams over 500. And I'll tell you, if they don't get it done and put themselves in position before the last 20 games, the last 5 games of the season are all against teams that are currently in the playoffs. So you can't wait till the end thinking you're going to win if you don't do it before that.
Got to start tomorrow versus the Houston Rockets.
Absolutely, and you got to win some of those games that you're not expected to win. To think that you're going to beat the Pelicans all 3 games. We saw what the Pelicans did to OKC in New Orleans without Anthony Davis. He was at the hospital getting an MRI, and they beat OKC, which was hot, Skip, right? On a great streak.
They were on a great streak.
Here's the other part no one talks about. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 1 game behind the Lakers. True. They're going to be in the mix. They haven't gone away. So you're talking about the other 2 teams who are in front of them. They better watch out if the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to get there. And I know everybody's waiting for Lonzo Ball to come and wave his magic wand. And
we don't have a wand.
Says that he's the defensive guy that's going to turn everything. I'm just not buying it because LeBron, Skip, And Michael, he doesn't play defense. And if he's not, whether it's healthy enough to play defense or doesn't want to play defense or whatever it is, they won't be able to accomplish what they need to do. They have to win at a higher rate. The last time they won more than 3 games in a row dates back to early December. They haven't put together the string that everybody tell me, oh, they'll run off 4 or 5 in a row. They haven't been doing it all year. So why do I believe that now, all of a sudden, they're going to turn some switch on with these players who I don't know for sure have even forgiven LeBron for wanting to package them all up and send them to New Orleans because he doesn't believe that he can win with them. Yep. So when you add all of those factors up, add that Luke Walton isn't LeBron's favorite, and that's been thrown out there. This is a mess. I don't believe that they're going to make the playoffs. I really believe it won't be good for everybody, won't be good for the NBA, won't be good for TV ratings, won't be good for our show.
It will not.
It will not. I give you that, but I don't believe they're going to make it, Skip.
I have to say, let you go, in as far as it won't be good for the NBA, won't be good, maybe it won't be good for the ratings. It will be good for the NBA because the NBA needs to start preparing for life after LeBron. There's so many great players in this league that we don't talk about on all the teams.
I agree
so many
with
young
that.
players, and at a certain point, we're going to have to cut the cord.
But
So if they don't make the NBA playoffs, yes, it stinks, but there's plenty of things to talk about. There's plenty of Dame dollars. There's plenty of Paul George. There's plenty of Giannis's. There's plenty of Torontos. And I think
but Michael, when he came to Los Angeles, if you would have told anybody he wouldn't make the playoffs his first year, nobody would buy it.
I agree.
Thank you for bringing that point up, because that's my first point off your point. You're saying that the Kings will beat out the King for the 8th playoff spot, right?
Yikes.
The Sacramento Kings will eliminate LeBron James's Los Angeles Lakers.
Plural, singular.
Think about what you're saying. Think about the magnitude and the impact of that. Think about the taint on LeBron's legacy if, in fact, in his first go-around with the Lakers, even though he missed X games with the groin injury, that they failed to make the playoffs. Now, I disagree. I'm hanging in. I'm with you on this. I think they'll make the 8th spot. And the reason I think that, and I know I am occasionally critical of LeBron James because I'm objective about LeBron James, as you are. You're objective about LeBron James. You're very objective about LeBron James. But I'm going to be positively objective. I saw enough through Christmas Day. I saw them get to 20 and 14. I saw LeBron James leave 5 or 6 games on the table in those first 34
I agree with
that
you.
he should have closed. Like, here, LeBron, silver platter,
And we
close.
talked about it, Skip, that those games would come back to haunt them.
Remember,
that they didn't get early on that LeBron could have won.
The Houston game at home early when they had the fight with
They choked that game down.
Well,
at
he
the end.
choked it down at the end. And then the San Antonio game at home, he choked that game down at the end. And I can go all the way to, there were all kinds of games through that first stretch. And yet I would see during the game stretches where I'd say, you know what? This team's better than I thought it would be. And as Kyle Kuzma has grown up before your very eyes, I think he is becoming the closer for this team. He trusts LeBron, as in LeBron's going to feed me the sugar, pass me the rock, right on time, right in my shooting pocket. And when LeBron passes me the ball, I feel really good about shooting it and making it from 30 feet. So I think Kuzma will start to carry them. Brandon Ingram's had some good stretches. Lonzo will come back. It's not like whether you like him or not, he won't hurt them. He will help them because he can defend. LeBron played less defense last year than he's playing right now. Trust me on this. He played one-man zone through the playoffs last year. Against Indiana in that playoff series, he would just go stand in the lane. His guy'd be out shooting threes on the perimeter. He'd just be under because he's got to rest on defense. And my man Shannon Sharpe would sit there and say, well, he's in his 15th year. You got to give him a break because he needs to rest. Well, that's to your point. Father Time is starting to tap him on the shoulder. And now, for the first time in his life, his NBA life, he's got an injury. It's not a joint issue like a knee or a shoulder or Achilles tendon. I shouldn't put the Achilles as a joint. But again, it's a soft tissue injury. It's a pull. Well, LeBron James doesn't pull muscles, I didn't think. And again, I hark back to that tweet of December 26th when he said, dodged a bullet back in no time. No. Not back in no time. And now there are reports that he's still favoring the groin. I didn't see it in the All-Star game. I think he'll be just fine.
Here's the one little thing. When they lost that game to Atlanta where he had a triple-double and played well, played
Played okay,
43
but again,
minutes. But if he had the
in fourth
numbers,
quarter,
but my
he's
point is,
not
post-injury.
that's a game you got to win, Skip.
Hey,
and that's the one that, if you're a Laker fan, you look at and go, how did they lose this? And there's a chance they could lose more.
I thought the Philly game, I wanted LeBron to engage in the second half. Like, what are you doing? He was sort of going Lonzo Ball. Like, I'm not part of this tonight. Really?
I think after last season's playoffs, where everyone can agree, he was just so incredible. And I came on this show when the season started, and I said I thought they would make it to the Western Conference Finals via of what we saw last year. I mean, even though it was the East, you're like, yo, this guy's going to – and they did a bank robbery. He did a one-man bank robbery in the first game of the Finals versus the Warriors, and J.R. Smith screwed it up. You'd like, well, he's going to be able to at least will them. But I think that –
I thought LeBron screwed up.
He did, passing the ball to George Hill. Yeah. He would have been better off passing to Benny Hill.
Somebody missed
Benny Hill.
Somebody missed a free throw.
Who remembers Benny Hill except Rapaport?
Us three.
Yeah. No one forgets around here.
The fact of the matter is that this has gone way worse than I thought, and I think anyone could have predicted. And I think that unless he could pull it off. It's like betting against Brady.
But it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, he's below 500 for the first time since his rookie year at the All-Star break. So this is a low for him. This is a big challenge to get back to the playoffs.
And I'm happy about it.
Vegas is saying it's 50-50 whether they make the playoffs.
If they don't make the playoffs, can I just do my reaction?
That's a good
Oh,
one.
God. We're going to be seeing more of that.
Do I get to see that?
Right on cue. Very nice.
Guys,